About a year ago, I decided that I wanted to have a crack at RC helicopters. And being full of confidence, I didn't think I needed any training or much in the way of skills, because I thought, how hard can it be? Well, I was wrong. I ended up crashing a total of 3 450 class RC helicopters and destroying all 3 of them, which became a little expensive. Here in Australia, they're about $500 a pop for a Blade 450, and so I needed to take another direction. I went instead into fixed wing flying, and that was fantastic. Never really looked back with that. But I'm now decided I want to have another go at the rotary wing side, and so I've bought myself this lovely little helicopter, the Blade 200 SRX, and it has a number of features that might help make me a little better as a helicopter pilot. It's got some very clever electronics in here with 3 different levels of controllability, from beginner right through to advanced, and it has a safe system that means you can flip a switch on your radio and it'll revert to normal straight and level flight regardless of whatever attitude it was in at the time you flip the switch. It's a nice little size. You can see from sort of the scale of my hands there. Good size for a backyard or a roadway if that's where you need to fly, and I'm looking forward to flying it today in slightly windy conditions, but it's a great chance to see how this thing performs. Okay, here we go with the Blade 200 SRX. Okay, it's flying really well despite there being a bit of a breeze swirling around the side of my house here in the front yard. One of the things I've learned about this helicopter when taking off like that is just to give it the berries when you come to getting off the ground. If you try to be too finessed in getting off the ground, there's a good chance you'll tip it over and trash a set of blades. Just give it some throttle, be confident, and get it up in the air where it wants to be. And I have to say, this little helicopter does love to fly. It's only small, but even in this slightly swirly breeze, it's flying really well. I think you can see that it's quite stable, even in the hands of someone who's not very good when it comes to flying helicopters. I've just put it up to intermediate level, which just gives me a little more control. You can see that there's ample authority in the tail rotor. There's just a bit more punch with all of the controls. But it still remains quite manageable, and that's one of the things I love about this delightful little helicopter. It really does help you in terms of its stability and manoeuvrability, add up to a package that isn't overwhelming. If you're new to helicopters, or returning to helicopters, or coming over from a quad, I reckon this would be worth your investment dollar. It certainly has restored my confidence, and I could see myself going back to a 450 at some stage because of how much I've enjoyed flying this little thing. Look at that, no problem, and quite stable in a pirouette, and likewise stable in a simple racetrack pattern. Okay, look, there's not much more to say. It's designed to be a simple, accessible, easy to fly helicopter, and it certainly is all of those things. I would strongly recommend you give it a go. That's the Blade 200 SRX. Let's just see if we can get one more close-in shot, and we'll put her in for a landing. There we go. Thanks for watching.